that is the biggest Christmas parade in the state of South Carolina. Man, we didn't know it when we got into town. We just thought it was going to be just some teeny little small town parade. The thing was 2 miles long, if you can believe it. My sidekick Kim and I spent 3 days driving around in rural small South Carolina in late fall. And boy, was the weather crummy. That's okay. That's how it is in Appalachian land, small town Carolina, boy. Good folks, small towns, good values. And it's cheap. Kinda. Not for long. Anyways, we're going to see how these people live right now. Coming up, here we go. Small town, South Carolina. Small towns, because who wants drama? Small towns, where you won't get stuff robbed. Small towns aren't as big as a big place. Everyone here knows your name. Maybe that's good or that's bad. Who knows? Okay, folks, we are in a little small town called Landrum, South Carolina. 2,500 people, as you can see. It's just another little small town. Kind of stuff you guys like. Wholesome values, good people. We're going to spend a few days going around to small town South Carolina. It's late fall, and as you can tell, it's very brisk. It's borderline snow up here. It's about 40 degrees, rainy. That's just how it is up here. We're going to hang out here in this little small town and talk to these folks. It looks on the surface like it's a very wholesome, wonderful place, and it is, and we'll talk about all that stuff. But there's a little bit of drama and dirt here too. The kind of stuff you guys like. We're gonna begin right here in rainy Appalachia, South Carolina land. And here comes a big truck. I better get out of the way. And cut. Downtown Landrum, South Carolina. Old brick storefronts, antique shops, little bit of a horse country vibe. We're 5 minutes from the North Carolina border way up here in what these people call upstate. Now, upstate South Carolina, in this area up here along the mountainsides, is way different than the cotton fields in the middle of the state or way down by the coast with all the wealthy people. This is regular people land up here. It's not particularly rich, but they're getting by. Like most of the foothill towns up here, Landrum used to be a manufacturing and a railroad town. It was founded in 1880. They hauled corn and timber and then later cotton out of here. Cotton defined South Carolina for like 100 years. All the local mills made hosiery and socks out of it. But we don't do that anymore here because of Asian sweatshops. So that stuff left. Today, most of this area is turned into commuter towns. There's not a lot of high-paying jobs in upstate, so people drive about a half hour or an hour to the state capital of Spartanburg for work, or Greenville. You can live up here and you'd pay about half of what you'd pay to live next to the real big cities. You know that. Here in Landrum, there's 3,000 people today. It's growing, but hopefully not too fast, damn it, people here fume. It's the kind of place where the kids stick around after school, and they help run the family businesses. Go to church, raise kids, get a nice cheap house away from you and me. So this is downtown Landrum right here, and look at this old town. It's about 2 blocks long, is all. They got a sushi joint. Sushi. South Carolina. Picture it with sunny skies, and you can see how charming this old downtown is here.
Because if you oversaturate,
right, coming out the bottom. Oh, look, we got a fishing boat right here. So we'll get some bass here in downtown. Ooh. Here we go. We're just getting ready for the parade tonight. You go on, get you some bass. That's a Maserati right there. We've been seeing all kinds of fancy cars, expensive cars, G-Wagons, cars that are worth well over $100,000. We got a... What's that? You ain't never been to Landrum? No, sir. How's it going? That guy's like, what are you doing? Lots of expensive cars. This is not redneck South Carolina. This is very upscale. There's a lot of money in this town. Just another view of this wonderful town. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are on, these are all old railroad towns. And this is an old railroad track here. Well, what they're doing with all these old railroad tracks is they're repurposing them into bike lanes and walking paths that are going to connect all these old small towns up here. One of them is called the Swamp Rabbit Trail. It's kind of a well-known one down in Greenville, about 30 minutes away. Anyways, this is kind of controversial, and the reason why is because people here feel like this is going to become a homeless highway. Down in Greenville, the multi-purpose bike trail has attracted homeless people that have kind of come in and use it as a thoroughfare to bike and walk and get around, and then they find an area and they all start camping in the little area. And so the people here in town are like, no, don't bring the homeless highway through Landrum. There's a worry that it's just going to bring in vagrants and stuff into this wonderful community that does not need that or want that here. So just goes to show you, this is just one example of small town drama, the things that these old people deal with.
Straighten your whisker. Okay. That's embarrassing. You're all bent.
Cat's like, what?
There you go.
I don't even care.
Now we're not full costume. I love that.
It's getting ready for the parade time. There's people from California moving up here. They've discovered your little town. Tell me about what that's been like with these California people coming up here.
Well, just to be honest with you, we welcome most people. You know, we're pretty nice people, but these people just feel like they flee the state that they claim is so terrible, and they come down here, and then they say, well, we hate it here because X, Y, and Z, and in California, this is how we do it, so why don't y'all do it here? And I guess the only thing I can say about that is we just wish y'all would go back home.
Say hi. She's a good girl. But we do a lot. We love Landrum. We have been at this location for 10 years, I was telling you, and we get probably 50% tourists, 50% locals. We started out thinking that we were going to help the animals. It's what we wanted to do. It's what our mission was. We have turned out to help a lot of people in the community. We give out food to the food pantry. We have a food pantry downstairs. We give out cat food, dog food, kitty litter, dog treats, whatever they need, trying to keep animals at home and not give them up.
Is this town affordable? Is it changing?
It's changing. So we've gotten new neighborhoods coming in. It is definitely a small, southern, charming town. People have discovered it. I think after Helene, when they couldn't get all the way up the mountain, Landrum was about as far as they could go, and it has been discovered as a great day trip. And a lot of people are starting to move in this way.
What is it that they want when they see this town?
They want the small town charm. They say it's like a Hallmark movie. So they love the little stores, they love the restaurants, they love that things are within walking distance. There's still a lot of rural areas too, so you can get acreage out here, and they love that. So it's a great little town. We love it. I've been here almost 20 years.
25 years.
Yeah, so originally from Charlotte, and we love it. We have a small farm down the road, so it doesn't make sense to them that South Carolina is mountains, that we have mountains right here, and it's kind of blows their mind that we're so close to Hendersonville, Asheville.
This is horse country here, and fox hunting, and equestrian stuff. I'm going to show a lot more of that in the next video when we tour the whole area, but we're really close to the North Carolina border, and this whole part of the Carolinas' identity up here is farming and hunting and horses and chasing animals on horses. The word on the street is this is where all the horse people and the fox hunting people hang out. It's called the Hare and the Hound. Perfect name. Well, if that ain't South Carolina, unsweetened iced tea and a shot of whiskey. All right, so this is where we're staying. This is the main street. There's the Hare and the Hound restaurant downtown. I just had to show this. This is just a Airbnb. This is the whole entire floor above like an old building. Look at this. I mean, small town South Carolina up here, and this is like an entire giant. This is not what I expected when it comes to small town life up here. Look at this giant, man, Landrum, South Carolina. All right, guys, so super quick. I've already shown you some interviews in this video. We've interviewed a ton of people across the country so far, and a lot of times the entire interview doesn't make it into the video. We have to cut it into parts or shorten it for length. And Kim and I got to talking, and we're like, well, why don't we start another channel where we just put the unedited interviews in their complete form? So we have another channel that you can subscribe to now. You should go and subscribe. It's called Interviews Across America. Unedited, raw, real people talking about their lives and where they live and everything. You're going to love it. I know you will. So subscribe. The link's in the description, or just search Interviews Across America.
I already subscribed. You should too.
Okay, so the average price in Landrum, it's pretty high. It's about $385 for the average house here, and that is about what you get. These are about $385 right here, new construction. It probably seems like a lot to live in a little small town in South Carolina, but it goes to show you how much people want to get out of the drama. They want to escape big cities. They want to go where they get a little bit of room and get out of the BS. Greenville's only about a half hour away, so you get a combination of retirees that come up here because it's quiet and warm, and commuters that just don't want to live in Greenville where it's more expensive. Greenville's a wonderful place. This is going to be cheaper than that, but it's even getting discovered. I mean, they're pushing out this way, so you got more and more people that are living out here in rural land and commuting in. South Carolina is the #1 for inbound. Not Texas, not Florida, not North Carolina, Tennessee. South Carolina, #1 for inbound. It's conservative, it's warm, it's somewhat affordable. It's not as humid as Florida. There's not nearly as much drama here as there is in Florida and Texas, and it's just a nice place to be. All right, there's some good news here. So stuff on this street is about $250K, which is not bad, but this was all, you're not gonna believe, this was all like $75,000 to $100,000 right before COVID. And then as soon as we were able to stop social distancing, this area, this street went up by like $100,000. Everybody wanted to come up here to rural South Carolina. But $250 really isn't that bad for a nice little small town. That's about a $1,700 a month mortgage. So here you go, right here. You can see the housing developments that are going in. This is a Google satellite view from, I don't know how long ago. I think the housing developments are now in. We're gonna go back here and try to find it because there's a lot going on. Yeah, I can see the homes up on the hillside up here. And now all the new houses are being built here part. Bunch of people are moving up here to this part of South Carolina, and that's changing the culture. Some people say this whole area doesn't feel like Appalachian land anymore. There's a huge battle here to keep the place the same, keep the traditions alive, as all the new people come in and they buy up all the property that they think is cheap. So the locals can't afford it anymore. The place is changing. It's not the same. South Carolina is now the #1 inbound state. People want open space, cheaper living, conservative values, and warm, even though it was dreary and rainy the day we were here. There's a lot of controversy going on. There's a lot of dirt, a lot of gossip, a lot of drama. We hung out in town the night before and we heard it all. Nobody wanted to talk on camera about it, but they told us what was going on. So in the morning, we got up and we went out and we investigated, because that's what we do. Okay, so we are at Claiborne Ridge, homes from the mid-200s. That is a great deal, right? Affordable housing. But there's a lot of drama going on up here, and I'm going to go in here and we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit. On one hand, some people in town say, yeah, we are glad that there are options for people that are coming into the community. These houses are not very, #1, can you go left? Are not very high quality. lots of corners are cut. There are many housing developments like Ryan. There's another contentious place called Enchanted Homes. What they do is they come into these small towns and they buy up these plots and then they plop down these houses. A lot of these are for sale. A lot of them in the areas around here are for rent. So you can't even buy some of this stuff. These corporations, these mega builders build these cheap houses and then they don't sell them. They rent them. It's like lifetime. Hey guys, what's up? Good. So that is another contentious thing. We just passed workers. I'm not saying that those people are not supposed to be here. I've heard from people in town, a lot of the people that are building these houses are illegal or maybe not supposed to be here or nobody knows. But I think one of the biggest contentious moments is, can you stop actually? I think one of the biggest things I've heard from a lot of people that a lot of the people that are moving into these little small towns are not from here. They're from Russia, Ukraine, India, China. And I said, well, why are they moving into these small towns? How do they even find out about these little small towns? I don't know. They're just showing up. They just honestly, most people don't want all of this coming in, even though they kind of agree that it is needed. The schools, the hospitals, all the stuff's way too overcrowded for all these developments. But these companies come in here and they build and they don't really care. But it is their right. I mean, they're buying the land. They're able to grab it. So you can't blame them for trying to make a profit. I hear there's 1,400 houses going in just in this area alone. Landrum only has 2,500 people. So this place is just gonna absolutely blow up. Here behind me are some more workers that may or may not supposed to be in this country. Nobody knows. I heard some people saying, I hope ICE comes to Little Landrum. Charlotte is about 2 hours away. I did actually hear from somebody. I asked, have you noticed that a lot of the jobs out here have slowed since ICE raids? And they said yes. So anyway, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people on this site right now. So maybe we're in the middle of and here I am filming and everyone's looking at me. I think they think that I am ICE or ICE's cousin. That could be a rapper name. So as we're out here talking, I just noticed this van, they just hopped in and they are taking off. I don't know if they think that I'm here to report on something. But these dudes were just out working. I showed you them working, and they just are bailing. So I don't know. They could be going to Home Depot to get more nails. But it does seem oddly quiet out here. All right, people are already showing up here for what I was told is the biggest Christmas parade in the state of South Carolina. I don't know.
250 floats?
150 floats. That's still a lot. I mean, we had in ours, like, what, 20? Anyway, it's supposed to be a big show, and folks are already lining up here, and it is going to be small town Hallmark meets Southern Charm. Auga! No auga. You don't have an auga on there? All right. This is a scene. We are down here in what it appears to be the staging area, and I'm acting like this is like a big time, like I'm in war combat or something. This is a big deal out here. There's people from all over. It looks like South Carolina. They said this is going to be the biggest parade in the state of South Carolina. I don't know if that's true. They say it is. We're going to kind of hang out here. I see Trump stuff. I see big giant themed. I see people dressed up crazy. It looks like the whole upstate has showed up to this event. We did not think it was going to be this big a deal. I pictured small town. It was going to be like 12 little floats with Granny and Grand Grand Prix and Old Man Bob. It is not that. Yeah, what is it like in this part of South Carolina? Give people an idea on what the way of life is like and the values and all that other stuff.
Well, I mean, they say the Southern hospitality is pretty good around here, but I don't know about that. There's a lot of naughty people here.
It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody helps everybody.
And as you can see, they love this Christmas parade. Everybody just comes together and does their thing.
Yeah.
And this is the best place in the world to live.
Are you getting some outsiders coming in?
Yeah.
Are they trying to change things a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to comment on that too much because I don't have a favorable opinion about it. But yes, we do. We get a lot of people coming actually from north down this way. But it is a good middle ground between Florida and up north.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Only in small town America do you get little baby ponies, tractor floats with real Christmas trees on them. This ain't no Lowe's tree. I mean, how much more small town South Carolina is this?
That's a Crane family Christmas tree. Going.
I'm rolling. Look at this parade. Honestly, it goes, you can't even see the end of it. They're double, 2 lanes. It looks to be, I'm guessing 3 miles long. I don't know. This is a huge deal. There's cars all the way up to the North Carolina state line. I hear there's tractors coming in from Georgia. How did this parade get so big? I mean, this town is tiny.
Well, when you start to tour Appalachia, you'll find that all the towns in Appalachia are small, close, tight-knit communities, and it's just a way to come out and celebrate. It's all about the kids. You're going to see more smiling faces from kids tonight, and so if we can put a smile on a kid's face, that's what we're going to do. So a lot of bigger parades, they're going to take an entry fee and that sort of thing. Landrum doesn't do that. It's just a toy donation for the kids that are in need. It's an amazing opportunity just to be able to give back and have a great time at the same time.
It's gonna bring a tear to your eye, folks, when you watch this. It's just, everybody's misty-eyed already and it hasn't even started. All right, the parade's getting ready to start. And guess who's got the front row seat from the room? We just lucked out. I had absolutely no idea that we were gonna be able to see this thing. Look, Kim's doing some TikToks over here. What a magical night. We got hillbilly truck floats with the hillbilly Jeep on the back. Look at all, this must be the hillbilly row here. Good old boy stuff. Hey, it's the hillbilly clan. Look, we even got tap dancers out here. I don't think I've ever seen a Christmas parade with tap dancers in it. Look at the big giant work truck. We got the tractor, the tractor float. My Little Bitty Bitty Pony float. We got fishing boat floats. We got the excavator float. We got tow truck floats. We got cement truck floats. Propane gas truck floats. Rock truck floats. Firewood truck floats. Beat up truck floats. They got it all right here. Just the most joyous, happy people. No drama. Everybody's in good spirits, folks. This is how America should be. How America used to be, right here. This parade just goes on and on and on. Small town South Carolina for the win. There must be 5,000 people in town. We got the porta potty float. Look at that. I mean, where else are you going to see a porta potty Christmas float than in rural South Carolina? I mean, this is the blue collar trade parade right here. These are all jobs that AI cannot take. Most heartwarming Christmas parades I've ever seen, and you'll probably ever seen too. I mean, God, that thing went on for an hour and a half. I think every local tractor supplier and horse farmer and business owner and blue collar and this and that, everybody was here. It was wonderful. Just a wonderful spirit here. And cut.
I wish I had my own Christmas parade. I'd really make it memorable.
I don't think I'd want you to run a parade, Mappy. What would you even call it?
Mappy's Happy Parade. I'd have our president balloon and a Joe Biden balloon. And a tranny balloon so that those people are happy. I'd even have one for the poor trannies.
I don't think any network's gonna air that parade, Mappy.
That's okay. I'll just stream it on X. He'll let me show it.
Well, Mappy, that's offensive. You're gonna get us canceled, damn it. Smack!
Hey!
Day 2, banjos and Barbies. So after Landrum, we got up the next day and we went to our next stop along the South Carolina Appalachian land journey. We actually spent a few days up here in this part of the state, but I'm going to put a lot of the other things we saw in another video because y'all want shorter videos, you keep saying. Our destination, the small town of Pickens. Population 3,300 and going up fast. Pickens started in 1820. It was just really a courthouse. It was a place for all the area cotton farmers and railroad people to hang out. That was way before the Civil War. So you may know of the old Singer sewing machines. Well, all the wood bases for those sewing machines, they were cut from nearby trees and they were made in Pickens. Well, nobody uses sewing machines anymore. This isn't China. Come on now, we don't sew. We just throw our old clothes out and go on the internet and get more of them. Today, Pickens is becoming a quiet place for people to retire or live and commute into Greenville. It's about a half hour away. The city's branded itself as the gateway to the mountains, which I think every small town in Appalachian land says they are too.
This is just an average neighborhood in Pickens. The average house here is about $337. Probably you're looking going, what? It is almost doubled. It was about $175,000 for a house 10 years ago. Same thing that we're seeing from people that are coming in from Greenville. They want to get cheaper and affordable, and then they drive up the cost, and it's not that anymore. I think that the average family, from what I read, they're starting to complain. The average family brings in about $60K a year, which is about a $2,000 a month mortgage to get in here, and that's about half the family's income to be able to live up here now for the people that are not the wealthy retirees that are coming into Pickens County. So once again, price is going up because it's a nice, safe place to live, and what was once $150,000, $175,000 is now doubled. If you're thinking about maybe moving here, we know realtors all over the area. If you want to come into Pickens County, this just looks so bad. I know, with the gray and the gloom on a almost winter day, this does not look very appealing. Probably. I don't think I would be thrilled about the gloom. I don't think it's like this a lot. I think we just happen to catch it on a bad day in the winter, but it's Appalachian land. All right, so this is pretty much the most expensive street that I could find on Zillow, so you can get kind of an idea on how the upper class people live, the high-end homes. Everything on this street's about between $400,000 and $600,000. In fact, this big white house right here with the flag is the most expensive house in town. It's about $585,000. That's probably the most expensive home that's currently for sale in town. Church is a thing. You've got the Baptist church here. We're pretty much right downtown. And then it's all the way connected to the Methodist church over here. These people love church.
There really wasn't a lot to do in downtown Pickens. Sorry to disappoint you. We wandered around. We tried to talk to people. We tried to find out what was going on. It was kind of dead. The main street was almost kind of empty. It was kind of sad. Nobody would really kind of talk to us. Tried to find out what the vibe was all about, but there were only about 5 stores open on Main Street in the middle of the afternoon. And of the 5, I think 4 of them were some sort of variation of thrift store. So I'm going to say that the vibe we captured was the thrift store vibe, which is really all there was in downtown Pickens. We did our best, people. There's a lot of,
I think we walked up and down the street, I'd say more than half of the businesses are not open, either anymore or not today. Brock's, he's had this place for 68 years. Oh my God, the store owner's got some stuffed animals up here.
That is amazing.
All right, so we got some tough guy stuff here. We got some boots, some American flags, some camo. This is
I
definitely
take it he's part of the South Carolina Bear Hunters Association.
what it's like here in rural South Carolina.
These people love to buy used vintage stuff.
All right, coming. This is how they roll here. Loretta Lynn. Now you just got to get a VCR.
Well,
Wait, UFO tape too? What is this? Somebody's got UFO footage on the. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know?
They belong to my son-in-law.
Your son's got some UFO footage. You got a VCR? We could probably.
No, I don't have one.
Well, heck, I think somebody needs to investigate what that is. We're sitting on a gold mine here, sir.
The clothing here is very modest. Rural South Carolina Appalachian land fashion, huh, ladies? Ow!
And here's the local tavern pub on Friday at 5 p.m. An old Ross Perot yard sign. Oh my gosh, I had some of this stuff. I think I had that same microscope. And then I had this game, Electronic Stratego. That was fun.
Cabbage Patch Corn Silk Kits with everything you see here, each sold separately from Coleco.
The Micro Machine Man here presenting the genuine original, colossally collectible, most miniature replicas of the real things, Micro Machines.
Pie Face from Hasbro.
Eight tracks. Neil Diamond on 8-track. I had an 8-track in my car. Adults only. All right, I gotta get out of here. This is getting weird. Okay, we're coming up on the Laurel Mountain Inn Motel and Suite. We're on the side of the highway here, just maybe 10 minutes north of Pickens.
We were in Pickens. We stayed at the Laurel Mountain Inn. Wonderful inn, tucked away back into the mountains. It was a little spooky going back into the hillsides, but it added the whole mystique and charm of late fall in Appalachian land, I'll tell you that.
What is it like up here, Sherry? How do you folks view the world in this part of America? I'm putting you on the spot.
You are. I don't like to get into political conversations.
Okay, whatever you want to talk about.
But Trump did pick Pickens to come and visit when he was before the election. When was that, 94?
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, yeah, and this was filled with Trump people. It was very exciting for the town, and I think he wanted to come to South Carolina, and he noticed that there was a lot of people that voted for him, generally from this area, and that's how he happened to come here. And he was very well received.
Good.
And for dinner that night, a locals only spot where they had a buffet and a banjo band. A place called Aunt Sue's. My kind of place.
tomorrow starts about 9 o'clock or so. We're doing a craft show here at Aunt Sue's. And then you can run by here and get you some Christmas presents. All the local people that do crafts and things will be here. We hope we'll have a good turnout. We hope the weather's pretty for it. It's supposed to be a little bit of sun shining in the morning, so we're praying for a little sun shining in the morning. And a lot of handcrafted stuff and soaps and stuff like that people, local crafters make. They'll be here selling tomorrow, okay? So y'all come by and get you some of them eggs. We love you. We appreciate you coming. And most of all, God loves you. Yeah. And He always will. Will you travel in this life? Roads to travel, two roads to travel. One concrete, the other gravel. Which one will you travel?
We have a band too. We're called the Directionals. We're latitude with attitude. Everyone's talking about the USA. La 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 la.
What? Mappy, this is incredible. Too bad it's fake. That's AI. You're part of the problem, Mappy. You can't believe anything you see on the internet anymore, damn it. Fake news. Slap 2.
Hey! Again!
All right, so that's a little bit of rural South Carolina for you. It was late fall, the weather stunk, but it's still a good way to see how these folks live up here. A lot of these towns up here in upstate feel more real life than touristy. There's a lot of new people that have moved in to take advantage of cheaper housing and commute, but most of it is just working class people who've been here forever, hoping people like me don't come in and show it off, so more people want to move here, damn it. Sorry, everyone up here. I just had to come up and show it off. If everybody here wasn't so wonderful and it wasn't so dang cheap.